You guys can also get us on the Odyssey app, AUDACY 560 WQAM is where you guys can listen to us on demand or live. It's also where you guys can listen to the Miami Heat's Vegas Summer League. Jason Jackson, Amy Audibert on the call. Heard a little bit of their call yesterday on the way back from my son's jiu-jitsu class. So they were doing a fantastic job. Heard Amy interview Orlando Robinson. It was halftime, which the second half was way better than the first half.
Yeah.
The first half was some of the worst sports I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was a tough watch.
It was literally like watching Sunrise 9-10-year-olds.
Yeah, it was really
brutal.
bad. It was brutal. But the big news yesterday out of Vegas Summer League was the press conference of one Joe Cronin, Blazers GM.
You guys believe me yet? He's trying to look good.
He's a face saver.
Right.
He's a face saver.
That's it. I knew that right away because, first of all, a person that is being sincere doesn't need to run to the media right after a meeting.
Fraud.
And Dame has kept everything like he ain't never put nothing out there. So Cronin couldn't wait.
Dame was so nice about the whole situation. The days before his trade, they put out a statement saying that he wasn't trolling Blazers fans with Will Smith Miami playing in the background. Like
Right.
that's how much he doesn't want to be looked upon as a bad guy. But here's this Cronin. Let's hear a little bit of what he had to say yesterday and where things stand. This was Cronin on Dame only wanting to go to Miami.
Frustrated? No, I understand. I mean, I think that obviously is a place that he wants to be and that makes sense for him, as far as the rest of the makeup of the team and all that. As a team, you always hope that, you have more options. And to have limited options like that is, I wouldn't call it frustrating, but it prevents you from, perhaps seeking out the best return. So, it's something we'll have to work through.
-1.
-1.
He is, well, here's the deal. Here's what I took from that. That he has accepted the fact that Dame is coming to Miami. So that's the good news.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to save face with his bosses.
Fraud.
By saying that also, because, hey, we might have been able to get a better deal from somewhere else. But we're still going to honor Dame's wishes. So he's just it's almost borderline an old Tobes move.
What?
That either way it goes.
Don't compare me to this guy.
Either way he goes, he can save some face. He's created.
I don't like this. I don't like you comparing me to him.
He has created, as we call here, some wiggle room.
Cronin and Tobin, not samesies. Not samesies.
Wow, they rhyme.
No, they don't rhyme.
They do.
I don't like
Tobin's
this.
a fraud.
Stop.
But I'm just saying, that's what he's trying to do. Create
Here's
some wiggle room.
here is Cronin being a weasel when he was asked if he's willing to start the season with Dame on the roster.
Mm-hmm. The goal is always to have Dame as a trailblazer. It always was and always will be. I mean, we wanted him to retire a trailblazer, so we're very open-minded to anytime Dame wants to be a part of us.
What?
-1.
Hold on. Let
for
me
deception.
break it down. So basically what he's saying is, we love Dame. We want him to be here forever. It's his decision to leave. See how he's trying to say? See how he's trying to put that little twisty twist on it?
Dude,
Not the fact that you drafted Scoot third.
this dude is a weasel.
Not the fact that Dame said, hey, man, help me out. I don't want to be a part of this young movement. I'm too old for that. And what do? You say you want Dame to be a trailblazer forever while drafting a kid.
Unbelievable.
You can't have it both ways when you knew the rules.
This is some more Cronin. He was flip-flopping on what he wants in a Damian Lillard trade.
In any deal, the goal is to come out with the best outcome. So, I mean, that can be many different things. We could weigh it could be more of a win now player, and that would be intriguing to us. It could be a young player in picks, and that would be intriguing. It could be just picks, and we would look at that as well. For us, it's how can we maximize this return? And I don't think we have any set parameters. We would evaluate each deal case by case and choose the best one.
Then just follow it up. If it's to get possibly a win-now player, is there a better win-now player out there than Damian Lillard?
There is not.
So here, hold on.
Got boxed in by Ira.
Hold on.
Or flip-floppery.
Let me break it down for you. It is something special to say 1 week we are going young and rebuilding. And then the very next question say, but we would accept a win now player. Right? Again, he's just grabbing for stuff.
He's just saying words means words for Joe Cronin. Because he's just, well, isn't Dame the most win now player? Yes. Damn it. How did you trick me, Ira? How did you trick me?
He's not familiar with
Amazon Prime.
he's not familiar with the workings of Ira.
I know listen, we're trying to get you your stupid draft picks there, Cronin. All right. Oh, please get me a haul of picks. Get out of here.
But why here?
This is Minnesota.
Here, can I ask you a question? Will we all respect him more? Is just say it's a circumstance that we are going young and retooling, and we understand what Dame's position is with that. So we're going to try to accommodate him while getting more picks and more youth to continue the rebuild that we're trying to do. Right? He could have said that and everybody would have respected that. Right? But you keep saying, oh, we wanted Dame to be you can't possibly believe that when Dame said, I don't want to be around a bunch of kids, and then you go get and pay and extend a whole bunch of kids.
I always go back to this stuff as I think these guys are in their own interest of keeping their jobs. And what keeps your job longer? Younger players.
Yep.
Because you could always say, oh, it's going to pan out. It needs time. It needs time to go. This guy's getting his first chance to be a real GM, but he has a player in the midst of his prime.
Right.
And instead of taking a home run cut and actually trying to get that to contend because you need results of that right away, what does he do? Youth movement, and says things like there were deals out there, but there was no better deal than Shaedon Sharpe at number 7 last year. There was no better deal than Scoot Henderson at number 3 this year. There was no better trade. And it's all just like, what can I do to elongate my career? Oh, yeah, I'll go with 19-year-olds instead of the 32-year-old.
Listen, everybody understands the situation they're in. Everybody understands it.
Look,
but you have to accept it. You're the one facilitating this whole thing, and you haven't taken responsibility yet of what you're actually trying to do with your franchise, which is fine. You have that right.
It's not fine.
Look, for him to make the youth movement, for him to go to, for him to retool and try to rebuild, they have that right. But you can't expect your one veteran player to say, I want to see this out. He don't have that much time. He wants to win a championship. You have to understand that this was going to be a possibility. To act shocked or to act like this wasn't a possibility that's the part that he just sounds like he's shocked.
Here is some more Cronin. He says he wants to do right by Dame, but, his list only has one team.
Dame's obviously a very important person and player to us that, what the rest of his career looks like matters to us, and we care about that. And at the same time, we have to do what's best for us, and we've got to find the right deal and find the right makeup of the team that we're going to build forward with. So you hope that you can find that perfect situation where that lines up and he goes to a place that he wants to, and you get the best return possible. It's complicated, and usually it doesn't work out just like that. But my history has shown, like, I've done this with CJ McCollum and Josh Hart, where we work together to find them, good landing spots and getting a fair return. for the Trailblazers. So it's possible, but there's a lot of work involved, and often it involves more than just one destination.
Okay. Well, now you're lashing out, dude. Okay.
Minus
You're
one.
lashing out. And I don't like it.
Lashing out.
I don't like the fact that he's lashed out. And by the way, how dare you? And I mean this respectfully, Cronin, even though you are a weasel. You're putting Josh Hart in the same situation as Damian Lillard. Like you think that's samesies? That's samesies to you, Josh Hart. Josh Hart, that ankle breaker, okay? That Kurt Angle who goes out there and ruined Jimmy Butler's leg during the playoffs. That's who you're comparing this to? Josh Hart, who was a Blazer for what, 3 seconds? And CJ McCollum, the ultimate sidekick? This is not the face of the franchise. And you're lashing, oh, no, give me more teams, please. Oh. No, you got your team.
You know what I think is
You got your team.
I think there's organizations that don't have the infrastructure to facilitate something like this. The Miami Heat do. They have the people in their organization that if a trade is available, we'll find a way to make it work. I don't know if Cronin can do that. I don't know if Cronin can see outside and see all the different possibilities.
You have a guy new to been with the organization, but new to this position. You have ownership that's in flux because of the whole Paul Allen situation and his family and all that. So yeah, it's the ultimate. It's the opposite. I mean, from a continuity standpoint,
right?
But the guy who has been there through all of this and could have done this years past. Could have gone this route in years past, but you kept promising him that you were going to build around him and you were going to give him a shot, and you never did.
Did you think this all started when they got rid of CJ McCollum? Or
yes.
Were they right? Okay.
Yes, because I think that you thought, oh, we're going to retool this, and you thought, Anthony Simons kind of samesies. He's a nice player, but you never took any right steps that way.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And then you kept teasing that you were going to.
It almost
you lied to him.
It almost seems like this was a plan they put forward 3 years ago.
Should have taken my deal in the first place when I told you to trade for Spo. Idiots.
No, we're trading Spo.
No, I'm not trading Spo. I'm just saying they were stupid. They should have. When I offered this up 3 years ago, and everybody laughed at me.
Finally admitting it.
He finally admitted.
No, I'm just saying, like,
no. You are just saying. That's what we're trying to get you to stop.
I'm just saying.
Stop just saying.
No. It's just you guys really bleeped up. You could have had Eric Spoelstra running your basketball operations and giving us Damian Lillard, and instead, you idiots, you decided to go with this Cronin. Look where you're at. You're going to lose Damian Lillard, and we're keeping Spo. Idiots.
You really calling them an idiot? You want to trade a player for a coach?
The coach. You hear Jerry West the other day? The logo said, by far the best coach I've ever seen. The logo, dude. Jerry West. He said that about Spo.
You know what's interesting being
there's nothing interesting.
And they passed up my fake offer. Idiots.
It's crazy how this comes back circle. This is just found this in the system here. Let's just take a listen, just for fun.
Oh, I didn't get to my scenario. So I don't want this to happen. Okay. I'm just curious. Damian Lillard wants out of Portland, right?
Really? Do you know this?
They need a fresh start. They need to revamp the organization. Brad Stevens just became the president of basketball operations for the Celtics. He's a bum compared to this guy.
We just said that.
What could the Heat get in a trade if they call up Portland? Give me a ring, Steve. I like that one. It's a classy phone. Hey, Portland Trailblazers owner, your name escapes me. What if we trade you Tyler Hero, salary, and your basketball organization could get revamped by Hall of Fame genius Eric Spoelstra?
Oh, you trading the coach?
Yeah.
Minus one.
What idea?
Dude. I confirmed it.
Yep.
I asked you, are you sure?
And you doubled down on it.
And you doubled down on it.
Well, listen, now they don't get that. Sorry.
What is,
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
dude? You know what?
I do like
It's
that.
like if we don't keep a leash on you, you're gonna poop on the carpet.
What do you mean, dude?
It's just like you don't you need to be reined in.
Hashtag Sportland. He does own a steakhouse out there.
He does.
Too late though. We're getting Dame Withspo, idiots.
But
Hmm?
here we go.
What?
What? You know what?
What?
You gonna start trading players?
Well, I mean, look.
Stop trading everyone.
Tyler Hero knows he's gone. I mean, he's already changed his Twitter bio. It's over.
He did that last year.
No, he didn't.
Oh, all right.
No, he didn't. Here's one more from old Cronin. This is what he had to say. He says, how long will this take? This is what he basically had to say to that.
I think what I've learned more than anything is patience is critical. Like, don't be reactive. Don't jump at things just to seemingly solve a problem. I think the teams that have ended up in the most positive situation post-trade have been the ones that have been really diligent and taken their time and not been impulsive, or, you know, the teams that really kept their urgency under control. So I think that's how my approach has been with this and will be with this, is we're going to be patient. We're going to do what's best for our team. We're going to see, you know, how this lands. And if it takes months, it takes months.
If it takes months, you won't have a job, buddy.
Listen, you go up to Andy Ellisburg, wherever it may be, you know, you guys go enjoy a Vegas show. You hash this out. I'm tired of waiting, Cronin. It's enough already. Take a break. Back after this.